Have you ever felt like your dog knows what you're thinking before you even say a word? Maybe you're sitting on the sofa, feeling the weight of a long day, and without a sound, your dog walks over and rests their chin on your knee. Or perhaps you're about to go for a walk and they're already waiting by the door before you've even touched the leash. Most people call this intuition, some call it a soul bond, but today, on Old Mind Secrets, we aren't just looking at the emotion, we're looking at the data. Science has finally discovered that this isn't just in your head. It's in your biology. It's a phenomenon called neural coupling or brain sync. Today, we're going to explore how your dog literally synchronizes their brain waves with yours, how they use chemical mind reading to detect your stress, and why this biological bridge is the ultimate cure for human loneliness. By the end of this video, you will never look into your dog's eyes the same way again. For decades, scientists thought humans were the only species capable of complex emotional synchronization. We knew we could sync up with other humans during a conversation or a shared experience, but in 2024 and 2025, groundbreaking studies, including a landmark paper in Advanced Science, changed everything. Researchers used non-invasive EEG, electroencephalogram technology, to monitor the brains of humans and dogs simultaneously. What they found was staggering. When a dog and a human share a gaze, their frontal and parietal lobes begin to pulse at the same frequency. This isn't just a reaction, it's a coupled state. When you are happy, your dog's brain mirrors that specific neural pattern. When you are grieving, something we've discussed in our video on what happens when an old person loses their dog, your dog's brain actually enters a state of physiological mourning alongside you. They aren't just watching you be sad, their brain is physically processing a version of your sadness. How does this happen? It's not magic, it's a sophisticated array of biological sensors that put human technology to shame. 1. The chemical mind reader. You have a scent signature for every emotion. When you're stressed, you produce cortisol. When you're happy, you produce oxytocin. Your dog's nose, which has up to 300 million olfactory receptors, can smell your thoughts. They aren't reading your mind. They are smelling your internal chemistry. 2. The infrasonic heartbeat. Dogs can hear frequencies that are far beyond the human range. They can hear your heart rate increase by just a few beats per minute. Long before you realize you're having an anxiety attack, your dog has heard the change in your cardiac rhythm. 3. The micro-expression expert. Dogs have evolved special muscles around their eyes, the levator anguli oculi medialis, specifically to communicate with humans. Because they've spent 30,000 years watching us, they can detect a micro-expression, a split-second muscle twitch that reveals your true mood, even if you're trying to hide it from the world. Why would nature create this brain sync between two completely different species? To understand this, we have to go back to the campfire. In the early days of human evolution, the brain sync was a survival mechanism. Humans who could sync their brains with their canine companions were safer. The dog provided the early warning system, and the human provided the strategy and the tools. But as we moved into the modern age, this bond shifted from physical survival to emotional survival. As we've discussed in our most popular video, Why Lonely People Always Get a Dog, loneliness is now a public health threat as dangerous as smoking. Nature's solution to this modern silent epidemic is the very same neural coupling that kept our ancestors safe from predators. This is where it gets deeply personal for us here at Old Mind Secrets. For the elderly, this brain sync is more than just a cool science fact. It is a lifeline. When an older person lives alone, the lack of human touch and conversation can cause the brain to shrink emotionally. But when they have a dog, the brain sync forces the human brain to stay active. The oxytocin loop, where staring into a dog's eyes releases the cuddle hormone in both species, literally repairs the nervous system. It's why, even when the world feels empty during festivals or holidays, as we explored in our video on elderly loneliness during festivals, a dog can fill that void. They aren't just a substitute for people, they are a unique biological partner that keeps your heart beating and your brain engaged. So, the next time your dog looks at you and you feel that sudden click of understanding, remember, it's not your imagination. Your brains are pulsing together. You are literally two beings sharing one neural experience. This is the old mind secret that nature gave us thousands of years ago, and it's more important now than ever. You are never truly alone as long as you have that synchronized heartbeat at your feet. I want to hear from you, my brothers and sisters. When was a time your dog knew something was wrong before you did? Did they stay by your side during a loss? Did they sense a health problem? share your stories in the comments. These stories are the heartbeat of this channel, and I read every single one of them. If this science gave you a new appreciation for your furry companion, please hit that like button and share this with someone who needs to know they aren't alone. I'm your host, and this has been Old Mind Secrets. Until next time, stay connected.